All right, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. Try to be accurate with our timing. And it's 3 o'clock. So if you can mute your phones, and my young men, if you guys can, turn your cameras on so we can see who you are and give you some acknowledgement. So we definitely appreciate you guys being here on today's Sunday at 3 o'clock. This should last us for about an hour. It may go a little bit over, but if it does, try to remain on as long as you can, right? And I definitely won't try to keep you longer than what's necessary. Okay. So today's meeting, I'm going to share my screen with you. I think it's this one. So just a reminder, I can't see everyone, but if you can use your reaction button down at the bottom of your screen to give me a thumbs up that you can see our screen, that would be great. And I only need like a couple people just to acknowledge that it's there, and then I can move on. All right, fantastic. All right, cool. So, of course, today's meeting is about our Kappa League, right? Trinity Alumni Kappa League. And this is going to be the general layout for our Kappa League meetings. Okay, so we're going to have about 10 minutes of opening, and then we're going to jump into the meeting, which is, the formal information stuff that we're going to be covering. And then we're going to do a quick closing. And then if we have any questions afterwards, we'll deal with those at that point. I do want to acknowledge Tamir Porter for being the first one to actually join the meeting today. So he jumped on early and on time. So I do appreciate that. So this is what today's agenda is going to look like. So as of right now, we do not have officers in place right now, and we'll be dealing with that in a few minutes. But we're going to do our call to order, and I'm going to need a volunteer, 2 volunteers. One that's going to be the voice there. Let me try to pull it up. Hold on 1 second. I thought I had that window open. Okay, so we're going to need 2 people to volunteer. One that's going to be the acting president, and then one is going to be the voice of members. And I'm doing it this way because every time we actually go through this, it's kind of hard to hear you guys actually reading it in sync, in unison. And so I figured today we'll just try something different and just have 2 members that will either volunteer or be voluntold. Okay, so I need a president, and then I need one other person to be the member voice. So do I have a volunteer for a president?
I'll do it.
Who is that?
Josh.
Joshua Goodman. Thank you for volunteering. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Okay, he's going to be acting president. And who's going to be the member that's going to be responding to the acting president? You want me to throw somebody's name out there, or somebody's going to volunteer? Okay, so let's go with Arrington, let's go with you. Arrington, unmute your phone, Mike. Unmute your microphone.
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Can we see you? Where you at? Hold on. All right, Arrington. Arrington, you're going to be responding as members, okay?
Okay.
And you'll be reading from the screen. I'm not going to change the screen.
Okay.
I can start.
Yes, you can start.
All right. This regular meeting of the Kappa League is now called to order. Invocation will be rendered by, what is the purpose of the Kappa League?
Well, hold on. I'm sorry. So
Uh,
when you see that space right there, as president, you're going to volunteer someone to actually do the invocation. The invocation is basically an intro prayer. It's a short prayer, right? Because we're coming together. If we were in person, we would be, in person, and then that person would say, a little prayer, thanking whatever entity exists, right? Basically, they're doing a prayer. So you can call on somebody, call on one of your members to actually do the prayer.
Trent, I don't know.
Okay, good. Trent is a good choice. Come on, Trent.
I have to pray.
You do. Yes.
Oh.
And Trent, listen, no pressure, right? You can keep it, you can make it as short as you want. All you're doing is giving thanks for this opportunity to be together amongst your members and your brothers.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Lord, I thank you for giving us the ability to meet up with my fellow members of the Kappa League on this day.
And then close it with the amen.
Amen.
Okay. And just for future reference, you just want to ask everyone, bow their heads for now.
Oh.
And then you say what you have to say, and then you say amen, and then everybody comes out of it. Okay?
Okay.
Cool. All right, go ahead, Joshua. Now, Joshua, that's when you pick up with what is the purpose of Kappa League?
What is the purpose of Kappa League, the Kappa League?
The purpose of the the purpose of the Kappa League is to promote and develop the leadership potential of its members through participation in club-oriented activities, and at the same time motivate them to raise their aspiration level.
What is our pledge?
I pledge that as a member of this Kappa League, I will faithfully and truly perform to the best of my ability the duties and responsibilities to uphold the objectives of good leadership development.
This meeting is now open for the business that is to be presented to the membership.
Awesome. Great job. So next time we'll volunteer someone else, or someone else will volunteer, and then we'll go through the call to order the same way. Hold on. All right, cool. So going back to the agenda and going back to the presentation. So November, we don't have minutes from the November meeting because there wasn't a technical meeting for November. There were a lot of activities that went out for November, for the month of November. And I know some of you actually participated in it and will be recognized for that as well. So in November, and if you have photos, anytime we send out, or I send out information on meetings, guys, if you can do a screenshot of your participation in it, that would be great, right? Because that shows me not only that you were there, but it gives us, something to document that you guys are attending these events, right? So for example, I'm really not sure if any of you had actually participated in the Philadelphia College Fair. So if you had, you can unmute your phone, unmute your microphone, and just talk about it for a minute. Did anyone here attend it?
I did.
Okay, awesome. And what?
It was only for a little bit though. I was there
Okay.
for like 15, 20 minutes.
Okay.
They basically just gave you a walkthrough on your options really. And then if you had questions, they said ask whatever, and they would usually give you the answer if they knew it.
Okay.
And on the website, it was just like it wasn't every college obviously, but it was just a bunch of different colleges. Press it, it would bring you to a meeting, and they would just talk to you about that college.
So did you attend any of the, was there a specific college that you had attended?
I think Villanova was the one I did.
Okay.
And I mean, they really talked about it, how a lot of their students, like, they were athletes, if they were like, just all their students had like pretty good grades, and did well in school, participated in like all the college activities, and they were just like a good built school.
Okay. Did anyone else attend the Philadelphia College Tour? Thank you, Joshua. Okay. So after the college tour, let me write a note. We participated in Boys Will Be Boys with Boyd Mentoring Group with William Thomas. And as you can see here, there were 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 of you gentlemen who actually participated. And I definitely appreciate you guys participating in this event. It's not obligated. It's not an obligation that you actually attended, but it definitely helps to build a bridge to different mentoring programs, and it helps to, influence you guys. So I know this one was with Will Thomas, who does media. Is there any takeaways from that particular meeting that anyone wants to mention? Something that they learned from this meeting? No volunteers? Elijah? Is Elijah on?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you remember about this particular meeting, Elijah?
Not really. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
All right. So again, we'll continue to send out more information about his meetings, Boys Will Be Boys meetings. Then we had the Youth Career Exploration that was sponsored by the Mercer County Paneling Council. Did anyone attend that? Where they talked about different career options? No? After that, we have our national guide right meetings that take place every Saturday, I think it's once a month, every Saturday. Excuse me, once a month on Saturday. Then there was the Empower Me College Tour by the United Negro College Fund. And we also, my fraternity actually gave out 4 gift cards to families, your families. One of your families was probably a recipient, in the amount of $75 for ShopRite for Thanksgiving. Okay. And then the last one was the Boys Will Be Boys with Eric T. Jackson. And these are the young men that participated. Actually, I see now that Brother Gibbs and Brother King is included in that. So I meant to take that out, but it's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah. But so with Eric, Eric Jackson, was there any takeaways that you guys got from this particular meeting? Trent, Carter, Jordan?
I don't remember most of it.
Okay, so future reference, when you attend these meetings, go ahead and put your mic on mute, Trent. When you attend these meetings, try to find something to take away with, right? And write it down, jot it down, because I will follow up and ask questions about it, right? Because the whole purpose is to make it a learning experience. Okay.
So Brother Hawk, I'll comment on it. I thought it was an excellent presentation, and it really talked about security and cybersecurity and kind of his evolution from coming out of the military, going into private industry. It also talked about his transition from not really having a sense of direction coming out of high school until going into the military, and them kind of setting the stage for him to understand how his life could benefit from him doing hard work and so forth. So I really thought it was a good presentation, and he would end up being a very successful person due to his commitments.
I appreciate that, Brother Paul. My Brother Gibbs, thank you very much for that input. And that's absolutely correct. Does that refresh some memories, Trent?
Yeah, I do remember talking about military school.
Okay. And officer candidate school and everything, right?
Mm.
Okay. Good job. Thank you, Brother Gibbs. So at the time, or at this moment, we do not have a financial report and a committee report because we really haven't formed the committee, and I haven't been collecting dues from anyone, and I don't think anyone paid it. So it's okay. It's okay for now. The National Guide Right Saturday meetings are going to be, so they had one this past Saturday, and so the next one will be on January 9th. The link is always the same. The topic may change, but the link is going to always be the same. Okay. I don't recall what the next topic is. Actually, they haven't even stated what the next topic is going to be, but most of the time it's centered around higher education. So that might be a college tour. It might just be a discussion with, brothers that are on the campus right now, or organizations that are on the campus right now, and they talk to you about, what that first year is going to be like as a freshman in college, some do's and don'ts, things of that nature. And oftentimes it's recorded. So I may just find a moment, and I'll send out some of those recordings, and you guys just take a view of it, watch it, and jot down some notes about it. Okay. But you definitely want to try to attend it, because again, it gives you a nationwide, a national view of your organization. So right now, you guys think that it's just, right here on the call, we have about 14 of you guys here, or 9 to 13 of you guys here. Well, if you look at it on a national scale, there might be 70 young men that join those meetings. Okay. And it might even actually be more than that, but gives you a chance to actually see other young men like yourself and get a chance to network. And the last thing on here is the boy mentoring program. The next meeting date is going to be January 18th. And I think he said that this one, he's going to try to make it a little bit earlier than the 6 o'clock time frame, or 6:30 time frame. When I get more information about it, I'll send it out to you all. So I want to talk real quickly about force. Can somebody give me the definition of force? What do you think I mean by force? And I want you to think from the standpoint of this organization, not force as in, colliding with someone, or, that type of force.
I think force means like, how much of a impact or movement you have as like a group on like something.
Who is that? Who's that talking?
Arrington.
Arrington? Excellent. That was actually pretty good, Arrington. So force is the use of power to impose one's will on another. Okay? To impose one's will on another. So some synonyms to that might be or include intimidating somebody or intimidation. It might also include bribery, pressure. Is basically you imposing your will on someone else to satisfy your will, right? And it might actually look like coercion, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up because there's going to be opportunities that we as Kappa League are going to be putting it out to you gentlemen to take advantage of. And I don't want you guys to think that I'm attempting to force, I can't force anything onto you. The only thing that I can do is come up with an idea or look for something that I believe will help to motivate or to move or to inspire you to, you know, become a growing young man, right? Something that I think might benefit you. But ultimately, you know, it'll benefit the community, but there's no direct impact on me if you do or don't, you know, participate. And that's in the technical sense, right? Of course, if you don't participate, it kind of hurts our program, right? But ultimately, it's a choice that you have to make, because these things can either benefit you if you know about it. So, for example, the college fair, Joshua being the one to articulate that he attended, you know, he got the most out of it, finding out about Villanova, finding out more about the college process, right? Those that attended the meetings for the boy meetings, boys meet boys or boys to boys. You know, there's some takeaways that you learn from that as well, right? So ultimately, the whole goal is to actually help you guys in Kappa League to, you know, become better young men. And I can't force these things onto you. So when I send out information, like, for example, I thought I had it in here. Oh, here it is. Like this workshop here. I sent this information out about a week in advance. And I know it was kind of short notice. However, they had 5 days worth of activities that I think everyone in here may have benefited from, right? The future of masculinity was the topic. You know, how did we get here? Where are we now? Where are we going? Day 3. How do we get there? Day 4, and then some other work, right? And it might seem like, you know, these particular workshops might be taxing on your spirit because, you know, you're doing Zoom, you know, you're doing Google Meet and you're doing Zoom all day in school and so forth. And it can be boring. I get all of that, right? I actually did a workshop for myself, a professional development workshop for myself over the course of 4 days about 2 weeks ago. You know, so we started on Thursday and we went to Sunday. And it was exhaustive. It was really exhaustive. I had to make the commitment to be at the meeting at 9 o'clock, and it didn't end until 3 o'clock. So it literally was a work day on Saturday and Sunday. Actually, Sunday, both of those days actually went till 5 o'clock. But I was able to learn more information about, you know, a tool that's called Nearpod. And then there was some other things I got a chance to learn about as well. But the reason I'm bringing it out to you is because you have to choose to, how do I say, you have to choose to want more, right? And these events can open doorways for you to get more, okay? So as a student, when you see these options coming out or these opportunities coming out, try to take advantage of it. Because, you know, in the end, I'm spending time looking for things for you guys, and I need your participation, right? And suggesting some things that you would like to participate in, okay? And that's kind of like where we're going to go with this community service topic. So let me back up because I see I just missed the nominations from the floor. How many of you familiar with Jamboard? Give me a thumbs up if you're familiar with Jamboard. Keep your thumbs up if you're familiar. Okay, cool. All right. So let me see if this works. So this is the Jamboard, and there were some hands that didn't go up, some thumbs that didn't go up. So I'm gonna just share it real quickly. On Jamboard, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna actually look at the participation or the participants in today's meeting, and we're going to take some nominations from the floor. Okay, who would you think would make a good president? Who would you think would make a good vice president, a secretary, a treasurer, a parliamentarian? That means the person that's controlling the meeting, making sure that everything is, on time, and that the young men are paying attention, right? And then a historian, someone that can actually, take pictures at the events that we have, or screenshot the meetings that we're holding, and then record, a blurb about it, right? So in Jamboard, the way this is going to work is over here you have your toolbar. You can either use your text tool, you can use, a sticky note, and preferably if you use a sticky note, that would be great, because when you click on a sticky note, you can choose, a color that corresponds with the title here, and then make a suggested name. So if I wanted to put Damian Porter as, the vice president, then I would choose green, and then I would type in his name. Okay. If I wanted to use Cameron as the treasurer, I would make sure I click on pink and then put in Cameron's name. And the colors are the colors that they have, right? So you can't change the color, but that's what we're going to do right now. And so I'm going to put this link inside the chat. So give me 1 second. And if you can click on that link, and we're going to take a few minutes just to type in some names for these particular positions. And it's going to be anonymous, right? Meaning you shouldn't have your name. I mean, if you want to volunteer, if you want to, vie for a position, you can definitely do that. But we need to have some officers. So click on that link in the chat and see if you can access it. Once you access it, just stay on page 1 and make a nomination for one of these positions. Remember, I can't see anyone, so I don't know if you guys can hear me, or I don't see any names going up. So that concerns me a little bit. How about I stop sharing my screen for a moment? All right, where's everybody's heads at? Did everyone see the chat? The link in the chat? Okay, so with the link in the chat, I want you to go to that, use that link, go on to that page, and just type in, someone's name as president, vice president, treasurer, historian, parliamentarian. Is the link working?
It's
The
not
link
working
isn't
for me.
working for me.
It's not working?
No, not for
Says
me.
there's like nothing there.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me see. All right, let's try a different tactic. Let's see. All right, let's see if you guys can. All right, so,
Doc,
yes.
I think you might have to change the sharing setting on there to grant access to.
So it's saying you don't have access, and it says to request access.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I think
Yeah.
if they click on that, you would grant them access, I think.
Okay, I know you guys can see this. Give me 1 second. Let me take these individuals off. And
I think down at the bottom to the link, you might have to change that setting.
down here.
Only people. Yeah, so you want to change that to only people that have link to Jamboard can be able to access it.
Okay, so how do I change that setting? Because it,
So click at the bottom where it says change to anyone with link.
aha. Okay, I see. Make it an editor.
Yeah.
Got you. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Mhm.
Excellent. So let's try it again. Okay, so try it again. Okay, yeah, I can see you guys joining now. Awesome.
Wait, what's the parliamentarian do?
So if we were in person, the parliamentarian would keep the order of the meeting, right? So if there were chitter chatter going on or sidebar conversations happening, the parliamentarian would, or bring everything back to order.
Okay. And the secretary does.
The secretary would keep notes, minutes, basically jotting down specific notations or comments that happen throughout the meeting. And so when I make up the agenda, I would send it to the secretary. And then as we're going through the agenda, the secretary can make whatever, points or marks at that particular point into their notes.
Okay.
And so when you use the sticky notes, all you're gonna do is type in, let's say, when you type it in, you're gonna press save. It's gonna show up on the screen like that. Just click outside the box and it becomes permanent. And then you can pick it up, you can drag and drop it, you can, make it smaller. Like you don't really have to adjust the size of it if you don't want to, right? Right, so then you could just pick it up and move it underneath that column. Yep, there you go. It don't have to be perfect. Yeah, you can put them underneath. That would be great. So let's take like 2 more minutes, not even 2 more minutes. Let's take a minute, another minute. Three, 6. So I'm gonna stop sharing my screen right now for a moment because I want to take a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. So we have 12 young men participating, and only 6 are in the on the Jamboard. So if you're not on the Jamboard, use the link, click on the link, and cast a vote. Because right now I'm only seeing 6 people and 8 people now. So 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay, cool. All right, so let me take a shot of this real quick. All right. Okay, so we can leave this board for now. I'm just gonna go back. So if you've already put your entry in, that's great. I appreciate it. We all appreciate it. And so that was that. So now we're gonna take a look at something real quick, guys, young men. And so the topic is community service, social and community service, right? And so I just want to play a quick video. Hopefully you all can hear it. Just give me a thumbs up if you can hear it. You can use the emotion, or you can just put a thumbs up for me. Awesome.
I'm not the type of person who would, just talk to anybody that's in my surroundings or be that bold to other people. But from what I've learned today is that there's always somebody out there who doesn't have anybody to talk to. And from that, I took that onto myself to make an impact on my own life. You always have somebody that's going to be going through the same thing as you. And as you let those feelings out and you let them pour out to other people, then you have somebody who's always going to be beside you.
From a principal's perspective, I was like, wow, this is a great use of instructional time. Just the whole way the program was set up was a classroom of learning for my students. Talked to some of them in the hallways, and they were like, thank you for giving us this opportunity.
Being a part of the We Volunteer Now program, for me, it was amazing to get to be a part of the workshop and see that it's not just a speaking tour. It is an engaging experience where these young people are coming up with an idea that they're going to execute. I think that the younger you start volunteering, the more it gives you certain skills like discipline and learning to invest in your community. And young people really do have the power to change the world. And there's no reason why they should wait until they get older to start doing it. That's why we were given these gifts. That's why we were given these dreams. Our dreams are not meant to remain dreams. They're not meant to stay something outside of you that you're constantly climbing towards. Your dreams are meant to manifest. They're meant to happen. I think it's such a lie when people say that this generation is apathetic or entitled. That is just such a limited view of young people. I wish that I would have had something like this when I was growing up. I wish that there was a place that I could have channeled my energy and harnessed my ideas to be able to give back to my community.
I feel like it'll make a difference. I feel like a lot of people who have made a difference in the world were volunteers when they were around my age. And they grew up under that aberration of being a volunteer, under that aberration of giving back to the community. And that's what I want to do. I do currently volunteer, but I want to volunteer even more.
When young people volunteer, it helps them to get the focus off of just themselves and their life and their own experiences and everything that they're going through, and helps them understand that they have the ability to connect to other people and that everything that's inside of them can actually change the world. They not only have the right and the potential, but it exists in them today, right now. And I want anyone who's listening to really look around and know that young people are not apathetic. They're not lazy. They are actually very driven, and it's up to us to inspire them, to empower them, to love on them, and to care enough about who they are to give them the resources and the tools to become who we know they're destined to be.
So I'm gonna stop sharing real quick because I want to see your faces while we have a little conversation about this. So, okay, I was just looking at the comments. So I know being in this pandemic has made it a bit challenging for everyone, right? And so before we actually, go into this conversation, let's do a check-in to see where we are emotionally, right? So at our last meeting in November, September, October, in October, we talked about self-awareness, right? And we talked about social and emotional learning and so forth, right? So everybody take your cameras off, put your cameras on, and you can unmute your microphone. That means Arrington, Damien, Caden, Gabriel, Cameron, Jaden. I need to see your faces. So I'll start with me, right? And the starting with me is I work at Trenton High, and there's things that I have to do as a climate and culture specialist that is part of my work, right? But I have to be honest with you. When I have to be to work at 8 o'clock, sometimes I'm still not there at 8 o'clock. Sometimes I'm actually signing in at 8:01. Sometimes it might even be 8:10, right? And sometimes it's because I'm really not motivated to be engaged at work right now, right? My mindset might be on something from the day before, or it may be, something that might be causing me stress, right? So one of the things that I know that I do, me, is I have to juggle my work. I have to juggle my family, right? My daughter, I just went and picked up my daughter yesterday from NJCU. My son is coming down tonight to pick up a car. There's financial challenges that we're going through as a family. Relationship challenges that I'm going through with my wife. Sometimes it's with my children, right? And so all these things are impacting me. And so sometimes at 8 o'clock in the morning, I might just feel like I want to sleep in a little bit more, right? So I don't get up on time when my alarm goes off at 6 or 6:30. I might press that snooze button and try to sneak in an extra more time, a little bit more time, right? That's the way I feel sometimes. And sometimes the way that I get out of that is, you know, when my alarm clock goes off at 6:30 and I'm feeling that way already, I might just sit there for an extra 20 minutes and just listen to, you know, and I do a lot of listening to who's called Abraham Hicks, right? It's spiritual upliftment. I listen to some music. I might listen to, you know, harmonic tunes, right? Like tune 417, frequency 417, frequency 528. I might listen to those things for about 20 minutes just to put myself in a meditative state so that when I come out of it after that 20 minutes, I actually feel, honest to goodness, I actually feel a little bit more vibrant, right? And now I can actually get up and go take my shower and do things that I need to do, right? But sometimes I have to talk to myself to you know, inspire myself to get to that point. So I'm asking you guys, what are some things, how are you feeling, one, and two, how do you overcome, you know, your challenges? Because I know everybody is going through it. I get to sit home. I mean, my fraternity brothers get to work from home too. And I'm sure they probably feel some type of way as well. But you as a student, how are you dealing with it? So I need somebody to, you know, basically trust that this is a safe space and volunteer a comment or two. Unless you want me to call on your name. Oh, Trent just volunteered. Come on, Trent. Chime in.
You said, what do you have to explain again?
So how are you feeling?
Like,
about being home, about having online schooling instead of going to school?
well, I go to school.
Oh, okay. What school are you at?
I go to St. Anne's.
Okay, so you guys you're not doing virtual learning?
No, like some people do, some people don't. My mom makes me go to school, so I go to school.
Okay. And how do you feel about that?
Just kind of feel normal about it.
Do a lot of your peers come to school as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. And everything is okay? Do you wear your mask while you're in school?
Yes.
Do they have shield protectors in their classroom?
Yeah.
Okay. Who has, thank you, Trent, who has that type of experience where you're in school and you're wearing your mask and you have shield protectors? Anyone else have that type of experience? Is anyone just virtual learning? Yeah. Damien, you want to tell us about your virtual learning? How are you feeling, you know, during the daytime when you have to do virtual learning?
When it comes to virtual learning, I mean, I'm kind of okay with it, but it's still like I'm still getting used to it and stuff. Cause like I'd rather be in school with my friends, but at the same time, my mom doesn't feel like we should be. But our mom thinks that around the second semester, if Corona had like gotten better, we could go into school. But now she doesn't want us into school because how much New Jersey in general has risen when it comes to Corona cases.
And what school are you at, Damien? You in high? So we
You
have
high?
Trent, what was your school again? Saying what?
St. Anne's.
St. Anne's, you in high. Gabriel, what school are you at?
Steiner.
Steiner, are you virtual or are you hybrid?
Full virtual.
Full virtual? And how do you feel about it? Thank you, Damien, for your comments.
It just seems like we're just doing the same thing over and over again, like every day. Just feels the same.
Is there something that you would change if you could?
I mean, I wish I could see my friends more, but I mean, it is what it is.
Okay. All right. So what do you guys do? What's one thing that you do that kind of like helps you relieve stress? Like when you're feeling a little bit, you know, angst, or you know, you don't want to do something, what do you do to motivate yourself? How do you come about it? Cameron Allen?
Yes.
You gotta take your camera off and unmute your phone so you can respond. So what do you do? You gotta unmute your mic.
Play video games.
Say that again.
Play video games.
Play video games? Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you guys are all gamers. If you play video games, give me a thumbs up. So Joshua, okay. All right. Yassine Britt, okay. All right, so the reason I'm asking about this part is because part of community service is recognizing that, you know, you're supplying a benefit to the community, right? You're giving back to the community. And the reason I had brought up the question about, or comment about defining force and having that kind of conversation is because there's nothing, like, we can't force upon you to do the things that we're suggesting, right? Like I can't come to you and say, hey, like I just recently did, I want you guys to attend this program. You know, it's a 5-day program, but you have to be inspired enough to actually do it. So whatever the reasons are that you weren't available to do it, you know, it is what it is. Kind of like Gabriel, what he said about school, it just is what it is. But with community service, it can't just be an is what it is type of situation, right? When we volunteer to do to give back to the community, we're making a commitment to doing such. And when we do that, there's several people that are now going to be impacted by what we do. So for example, this mentoring program is on a volunteer basis. It's the way our fraternity, my fraternity, gives back to the community, right? We give back to the community through GuideRight, and one of the programs, critical programs, is Kappa League, right? So imagine us not being committed to this service, right? Where would you be, right? Where would you be as young men that are participating in this program? Where would you be, right? I mean, that doesn't mean that you would necessarily be, you know, in some place, you know, terrible, right? But you wouldn't have the exposure that you have right now. You wouldn't have the events that you had up until this point. You probably wouldn't have participated in the bowling event, the paint outings, the college signing days, the college tours, all the different exposures that we try to give you guys. We can only put it out there for you to expose you to it, right? But then you have to be motivated to actually participate in it. And sometimes that motivation might come from your mom or your dad saying, hey, I don't care what I don't care what you say, you're gonna do this, Demetrius. You're gonna participate, Arrington, right? And they might put the strong arm down on you and make you participate. But in the end, I think in the end, the goal is to actually help you guys grow, right? And so when we talk about community service, I want to be able to provide you guys with some community service options, but I want you to be motivated to the point where you actually want to get engaged in it, that you want to actually do it, right? So my idea is to have a conversation with you and let you guys throw out some suggestions that you can commit to. Because I can tell you, you know, we're going to do X, Y, and Z at this particular time, and then only 1 or 2 people show up to do this activity. But if I put it out there and then everybody raise their hands, you know, the anticipation is that everybody is going to participate. And when that doesn't happen, then it's kind of like, okay, well, what can we do to improve it? So again, I want you guys to, you can go back to that link that was in the chat. If you just joining us, I'll put it back in there again. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put it back in there. And if you can go back to the board, to the Jam board, if you can go back to the Jam board on the second page, on page 2, I'll advance it to page 2. On page 2, these are actually some websites where you can actually volunteer. And before you actually start writing on there, the one website called Volunteer Match, it actually has different organizations. Like right now in the Trenton area, there's over 6,539 opportunities or different organizations that we can volunteer for, right? And so we can break it down to, the cause, what kind of cause you actually want to participate in. We can break it down according to skill set. It can be broken down. Right now, I have it broken down to teams, groups, and within a 20-mile radius. If I wanted to do 10-mile radius, then you'll see that 6,500 change. Now it's 861, right? And so this is just one of the websites where we can find opportunities for us to volunteer and participate in, including in this COVID isolation reality, right? This virtual reality platform, right? So this particular 861 volunteers is under the virtual opportunities filter. Okay, so that's one organization. Another organization is called Do Something. Again, these are all virtual opportunities, right? So where's the one I was looking at earlier? So this is one here where let's stress less, right? So since this one is being featured, I clicked on it. So let's take a look at it. And so when we take a look at it, it says share your tips on how you manage stress. Now, this particular one actually comes with the opportunity to win $1,000 scholarship. Now, just imagine you produce something that's less than 5 minutes in length, where you're answering a question that says, let's see, scholarship details. Here's the scholarship details, right? You're under 26 years old. So I know some other people that might be able to participate in this, right? So 2 scholarships will be given out before December 31st. So that's the deadline. No essay. All you have to do is share. I would say produce a video or something like that, right? Take 2 minutes to share, your tips on coping with stress. And it's an opportunity for you to win money, right? So this particular website has a number of different campaigns that you can participate in, that we can participate in as a group. Racial justice, the election quiz, no so mask, right? No hate. So we can just scroll through, but this is just a website that, again, provides us with an opportunity to give back to your community. Another website is Do Wrote. And this one is actually for students that are 18 and up. So if you're 18 and up, what this particular one, volunteer from home, you can actually make greeting cards or caring cards, right? There's one campaign, caring cards. And then there's another one called Caring Calls, where you basically call up a senior, a senior citizen that might be, a senior citizen, because they're in isolation. Their family members are not coming to visit them as frequently as they would have prior to March, right? So this particular program actually allows you to call in, have a conversation with an adult, like, you know, just introducing yourself and just having a brief conversation. It could be anywhere from 2 minutes to 10 minutes to a half an hour, right? And it's over a 4-week period. But they will provide you with the person that you're going to speak to. And this is another opportunity for you to volunteer. So I just wanted to share that, right? Because we have to find a way to volunteer our time. How are we going to give back to the community? And so here on page 2, I want you guys to think of some ways where, and again, I only see 4 people in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I only see 4 names. That means somebody's not clicking on the link. Okay, now we're up to 5, 6. Very good. Thank you for participating. Again, guys, this is your organization, right? So I'm just coming to the table with suggestions. And I know it's really cool that you know, that you're able to write using a pen, but use the sticky notes and just plug in some activities. How would you like to give back to your community? And I see we're approached the 4:01 hour, so we're gonna have to close it out really shortly, right? So somebody put some suggestions up there. Someone participate. Grab a sticky note, not a pen. Grab a sticky note and throw out some suggestions. It can be a can drive, coat drive. What do you want to do in the summertime? Whatever it is. What do you think we should be doing?
How do you use the sticky note?
Can you see my screen? I think that was Trent, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Trent, you can see my screen. You see my cursor?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna go right here to this, right here. It says sticky note. You'll click on it, and then you'll do, you know, you can write in what you want. Virtual. And then once you type in what you want, Trent, you can, you know, leave the color as it is or whatever color you want it to be on this particular screen. And then you just press save, and then you'll see it pop up on the back behind it. And then if you just click off of it, now you could actually move it to where you want.
Okay.
Okay, you can drag and drop it to where you want.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So donating to the food bank, okay. There was actually an organization that I saw earlier where you actually can assemble the donation bags. I thought that was a pretty cool idea. I actually wanted to give them a call. If that's something that everyone is interested in, I don't mind, you know, initiating the steps to actually try to get that, you know, for us to do.
Hey, Brother Hawk, if you go on to the Trenton Area Soup Kitchen website, they have a whole list of things like that. So, you know, either preparing food or preparing packages with, you know, socks and toothpaste and stuff like that. There's an outline out there for that.
Okay. So my goal here, guys, my young members, right? The young men, the goal here is actually to get your input, right? Because again, Brother Gray threw out a really good opportunity or a good suggestion, right? And if I put that together for us to actually participate in, then that's something that you guys are gonna have to commit to participating in. If you put it together and you make the suggestion, then you're kind of like already halfway there committed, right? Because it's your suggestion. So throw out some suggestions. And if you see something that you like, just make a sticky note for that particular thing and just put it up there again. Like make it twice. So if you agree with donating food to a food bank, make your own sticky note and just plug it in there. And then that'll tell me, okay, at least 2 people want to do that. Okay, so that means somebody enjoyed DoSomething.org. Okay, so finding a campaign from DoSomething.org, you guys will be with that. Somebody need to unmute their phone. I'm Mike.
I think that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, your check mark is not going to stay there. I don't know who that is trying to make a check mark. It's not going to work. All right, so that's what I'll do. I'll look into DoSomething.org and I'll pull something from there, and then you'll see an email related to it. Okay, so I'm gonna keep moving. And closing the agenda. Let's see. Can we talk about everything? Okay, cool. So this is the rest of December is gonna look, right? So right now, the winter bowling fundraiser, that's not gonna happen, right? Christmas baskets, we as a chapter, instead of making the normal Christmas baskets, I think what we're going to be doing, and brother Paul Mark, if you can chime in, I think what we're going to be doing is doing the gift cards again.
That is correct.
Yeah.
I think it's coming Saturday.
This coming Saturday?
Mm-hmm.
Same location?
Yes.
Okay. So here's what I would, So let me just say it this way. Right now, for us as Kappa League, we have, we can't meet in person, right? We can't meet in person. So although the event is happening on Saturday, for us to deliver these gift cards, Christmas gift cards, and as much as I would like for you to participate and to be there, and just to be at a distance, I think it's best that you probably don't participate that way. However, I think there might be another email that might go out for 5 of your families, 5 of Kappa League families. And when I send it out, I'm hoping that, if that's possible, that your family responds in a timely manner, right? Because it's really on a first come, first serve basis, okay? Just to throw that out there. For next month, or next year, these are some things that we're going to be looking at doing. The first one, of course, is the National Guy Right, their monthly scheduled meeting. For us as a chapter, as a Kappa chapter, Trenton Alumni chapter, we're going to hold our meeting, I believe, that same day. Is that correct, Brother Pomar?
I don't have the schedule in front of me, but I believe so.
I believe it is that same day, and it's a morning meeting. And what we would like to do is extend an invitation for you young men to participate in our meeting, okay? It can be one of two things. One, either January and February, or it can just be February, right? If January doesn't work for everyone, we could make it just one, right? So we want to give you a chance to actually, meet and see some of our brothers that are in the fraternity, and it's a great opportunity for you to not only see the brothers and meet individual brothers, but it also gives you an opportunity to see how the meeting is structured and how it's supposed to go, right? If we were in person, you would actually see, Robert Rules of Order in play, right? Or, how the meeting structure is supposed to play out, right? And then our regularly scheduled meeting is going to be on the 10th. And then we have King Day, a day on, not off. That's going to be, I'm trying to put together a Zoom exercise where you guys will be in your house, and we'll have someone, fitness person or whomever, leading us in some exercises for maybe a half hour, something like that. So I think that would be a good idea. And then on the 24th is our next meeting as well. Okay, our last meeting for that month. All right. So let's see. I'm going to stop sharing my screen for now for a moment. I don't have much to say in terms of advisory remarks other than I really do appreciate the young men that are participating in, actively participating in the mentor program with Boyd, all the different activities that I put out there. I really do appreciate you guys actually jumping on to those calls and participating. You guys make up, let me say, it's very noticeable that you are participating in these events. Okay, I get feedback from Bruce Boyd. He talks to me. He lets me know that he appreciates that you guys are on there, because most of the time it's not just one or two of you, it's at least 6 of you that are on. And the ones that stayed on, that were on at least 2 calls, that would be Jordan and Manuel. Jordan and Manuel, I got you guys down as being recipients for a gift. I'll be in contact with you about that. Hey, let me ask you a question. Give me a thumbs up if you have Cash App. If any of you have Cash App. Okay, so that's not enough. Okay, so 2 of you. Okay, cool. All right, so I just wanted to mentally get a gauge onto if you guys have that account set up or whatever. So Jordan and Manuel, I have you guys slated to receive something. Tamir, for being the first person on. Is he still here? Where's he at? Where's Tamir? Okay.
Even
being the first person on today, you definitely will be getting something today. And for my participants, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to my screen. Give me 1 second. Let me switch screens right quick. Hold on. And then we're gonna close out. So give me 1 second. So we had Joshua. Joshua Arrington. Trent. And Damien and Gabriel. Damien. Hey Gabriel, you didn't fill out the form to get the email? Oh yes, you did. I see your name. Never mind. Scratch that. Is Jediah on the line? Okay, so I'm gonna call names. I need you to respond by telling me here. Okay. So Cameron Allen.
Yeah.
Demetrius Thompson.
Here.
Javon Jones. Arrington Rhyme. Did Arrington leave? Hold on, let's do it this way, because I need you guys to see what I'm doing. Everybody can see my screen, right? Okay, so right now, what I'm doing is I'm checking my list before I spin this wheel, right? So Arrington, are you here? If you're not here and you don't respond, I'm gonna take your name out.
I think he left.
He left?
Yeah.
All right. Elijah Goodman.
I'm here.
Gabriel, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Jediah? Kahari?
Here.
Okay, cool. Trent, you still here?
Yep.
Joshua?
Right here.
Tamir?
I'm here.
Aaron Mason's not here, right? Little Ace? Jaden Glover? No Jaden? And I believe this is Mark Ezer?
Here. It's Mark Esser.
Okay, cool. Damien, you still there? Damir on the line?
I'm here. Wait, you saying Damien or?
No, Damian Porter is here, right?
Yeah.
And then Damir Mason.
Here.
Okay, cool. Trey Francis. No Trey? All right, cool. All right, so here's what I do. When you're participating in the meeting, I'm jotting your name down and I'm giving you an extra spot on the spin the wheel. So as you can see, Gabriel has an extra spot, Trent has an extra spot, Joshua has an extra spot, Damien has an extra spot. If you're participating, if you're actively participating, I'm making note of it in my little pad. And so at the end of the call, at the end of the meeting, I put your name in again, which increases your chances of being selected. Okay, so we're gonna spin the wheel. I'm gonna shuffle the names. We'll spin the wheel one time, and that will conclude our fourth person for fourth person for a gift card.
Excuse me, I don't think you called me.
What's your name?
Emmanuel.
Oh man.
Sorry, I just didn't hear my name called.
That's okay. I'm glad you said something. Is there anyone else that I did not call? Last chance. All right, cool. So here we go. All right, Trent. Hold on. So this is what we're gonna do. Cause I'm gonna take Trent's name out, and I'm gonna spin it one more time. And instead of $25, we're gonna do five $20 gift cards. Okay, that way we can have 5 people instead of 4. So I'm gonna spin it one more time, and then that's gonna be it. Okay, Samir, you got 2, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, cool. So I think the last part of today's meeting was just the, let's see. Yep, that was it. So the last part is there anything for the good of Kappa League, is there anything you guys would like to share out that's going well, something that you excited about, something that you're proud of, something that you accomplished? Is there any good news that you would like to share with your members? What'd you say, Carter? You wanted to share something?
Huh?
They said you had some good news that you wanted to share.
Oh, well, I mean, I'm halfway finished with my Bible
Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Are you reading it with mom, or how are you doing? Bible study?
by myself.
Dang. Okay. Okay. That's what's up, Carter. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Anyone else want to share some good news? No, no one else? Okay.
I got gold honor roll for this marking period.
Say that again, Mark.
I got gold honor roll for this marking period.
Okay. Okay. All right. Mark, what school are you at?
Sanderson G. Smith.
Where's that?
Franklin.
Okay. Franklin Township. That's up North Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Last thing before you guys go, we're developing a partnership with NSBE. Who knows what the acronym NSBE stands for? Well, let me back up. Give me a thumbs up if you've ever heard of NSBE. No one? Okay, so NSBE is the National Society of Black Engineers. Okay, and we're developing a partnership with them, their junior program, NSBE Junior, right? Where these engineers are going to be mentoring young men throughout this Eastern Province, chapters throughout this Eastern Province with engineering opportunities. So if you've ever been one that is, very analytical, can take apart items and put things back together, very structured individual like that, then you may want to have take a chance to take a look at this when we put it together, okay? So we're going to be looking for participants in NSBE as well, okay? So I want you guys just to, you can Google it. NSBE Junior is just NSBE Junior, JR, NSBE Junior. You can Google it, look it up, read about it, research it a little bit. But we as a chapter, the Trenton Kappa League chapter, we already put my hat in there for us to be participants in it. So be prepared, okay? So I just wanted to share that real quickly. And if there's nothing else, any brothers want to make a comment before we let everyone go?
Yeah, I just want to make a comment. Good seeing everybody.
Thank you, Brother Palmer. Brother Gibbs, thank you. Brother Goodman, you want to make a comment?
No, I just want to say keep up the good work, gentlemen. It's good to see everybody participating more and more each session.
Yes, I agree.
Good work, guys.
Brother Gray?
Young man, as always, if you need something, please reach out to one of us, right? I think you have all our contact information. If not, Brother Hawk can send it out again. But if you come across a situation where you need us, please let us know.
Indeed. Brother Roberts?
I just want to second Brother Gray's comments. Once again, if y'all need anything, don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate. We're here as a resource for you.
And Brother Tardy?
Yeah, it's good to see everyone again, and just want to second everyone else too. If you need anything, reach out to us, and have a happy holidays, and look forward to see you again next year.
Thank you, brothers, and thank you, young men, for participating. We will see you all next year. I'm gonna try to send out some more information as it comes. I'm definitely gonna try to send something out for Kwanzaa, because that is a holiday during this season as well. If you're not familiar with Kwanzaa, maybe the information that I send out will help you become familiar with it. So I appreciate you all, and see you guys on the other side.
Bye.
Bye. Brothers, you want to hang back? You can for a minute.
Bye. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Good to see you, Mark.
Good to see you too.
Great job, Tamir and Trent.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are we allowed to choose the gift card that we get?
Sure. What gift card would you like, Tamir?
I would like a Amazon gift card.
You're awesome, man. You're awesome. Okay. Hey, Trent.
Wait, I'm confused. So like, am I getting 2 or just 1?
Well, let me ask you a question. Why would you think you would get 2?
Because when you said that I'm getting something because I came in first, and I got my name on the wheel.
Okay, so how many is that?
That's 2.
That's awesome. That's what you're gonna get.
So I get 2 $20 Amazon gift cards.
Or if you want one $40 gift card, then that would be fine too.
Oh yeah, may I please get a $140 gift card, Amazon gift card, please?
You surely will, sir.
Thank you.
All right, no problem. Good talking to you.
Have a good time. Have a good time until I see you next week.
All right,
or next time.
And great job, young man.
Thank you.
All right.
Have a good day, everybody.
You too.
Take care, buddy.